Hello everyone, wanted to share my progress on the BG2 overlay project. We will be running Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition version 2.6 and we are running it in windowed mode so that the overlay could be drawn on top of that. So let's run the overlay, and what it will do, it will turn the game into borderless full screen mode so that we don't see those ugly borders. And let's load the game like this one at the very beginning. So here to the left we see a list of all the characters on the screen. We see our party there. Obviously we see Jahara there from the cell, and we see this that shadow thief. If we are to move the screen to the left, we know that there is a Jelkiv golem there, and it appears on the list too, and we can click on it and still see its resistances, stats, and etc. Let's go and actually find an enemy. So there is a lighting method, and it kind of is hard to find him on the character list. So what we can do, we can either hide the list and use the right mouse button to click on the method and see its stats and resistances, or what we can also do, we can right click the radar icon and we can say hide neutrals and hide party members. This way we will see only the enemies and it is a little more handy. So let's get rid of this method and move somewhere here. Let's make Taga summon as an ogre mage. Here he is. And yeah, we obviously see its stats, but it still didn't trigger its pre-buffs. But once it does, we see that now he has 2 attacks, and once he has his pre-buff with haste, for example, and it made his amount of attacks to grow to 3, and he also became immune to spells up to level 3. What we also can see here in the buff panel, the durations here are presented in a format of turns.rounds, and if the duration is less than a turn, then it would be just rounds. Like here it is just 7 rounds of mirror images or 7 rounds of haste. Okay, let's load another game. We will be loading a lich fight, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, here we see a lich. Once again I click it with right mouse button before the pre-buffs and after. Well, was too slow with my pause there. But what we can see here that well, aside from all those protections from magic and normal weapons, from his protection from magical weapons, we see this strange icon which says chain contingency, but it actually isn't the real chain contingency. I believe it is a modified by SCS version chain contingency, and it doesn't have a proper icon. So what we can do, we can load another game. Like here, and here we see Imwen, the sorcerer. Yeah, we see that I turned Imwen to sorcerer just for some testing, and in this save there's just 1 round left on her absolute immunity, which made her immune to +5 weapons. And let's see what happens once it disappears. So yeah, it did disappear, and this stat with immunity to +5 weapons and less also disappeared. So So what I wanted to show you is that if we are to buff chain contingency, the proper chain contingency, like we will be buffing ourselves with this, and that. A cloud wizard appear and we will kill him right away. He won't disturb my presentation. So yeah, we see that now it is a proper chain contingency with a proper icon and the duration of infinite. Let's load some other save, and this time let's load pure crack, for example, and yeah, let's talk to him with Iman this time, so that we won't be killed right away. So it actually is interesting why I talked to him with Iman, just because she still has her belt, this one, that makes her basically impossible to kill. Like if we are to right click her, we see all the immunities that this belt grants her. So yeah, it is quite safe to talk to a red dragon with her. We see that Fearcrack disappeared, but we still can find him, obviously, with our radar. And we see all its stats and immunities. There are two, well, bugs, should I say, about him. For example, his HP, it says that he is currently at 40 HP out of 500. And I'm not sure if it is a tricky coding in the engine or something, but it just doesn't show the proper HP values above the 256, so it gets cut in a way. Also, the spell sequencer icon, yet again, I believe it is a modified version of spell sequencer. Well, at least because it has a proper duration of 24 turns, and the regular sequencer doesn't have that. And another thing here is in his immunities, like it says it is immune to some spell spin 693, and this actually is an unnamed spell. I believe it is a fire breath of the red dragon, and it is there just so that he doesn't hit himself with his breath. So yeah, such bugs are present there. And I believe it is pretty much it. It is all I wanted to share. Hope you liked it. Bye.